Hi everyone. Today's art journal prompt, week 43, I do believe, is play. And I got the idea from Craft Stamper magazine, which I think is a UK publication. But it's sort of all kinds of mixed media and cards and that kind of thing, stamping techniques. But I thought it was a bit of fun. And I've chosen the theme play, and I've printed out this quote, which I will use later. Play is our brain's favourite way of learning. Don't think about it, just have fun. So I've got that prepared for later. But I've prepared these butterflies, and the way that I did it was I printed stamped some butterflies. I've got a collection of butterfly stamps. I've got this one here. They came in a set of 3, which I ended up cutting out because they weren't sort of in a line. They were sort of all over the place, and I just didn't like it, so I cut mine up. So I've got those 3, which are these 2 and the bottom 2, and then I've also got this one here, which is difficult for you to see, but that was just a rubber stamp, a cheap one that I got. I think it was 99p from Hobbycraft. But I've printed those out with archival ink on just a piece of lightweight cardstock, and then I used my Prima watercolours. So these are water soluble oil pastels to colour them in. If you want to do this kind of thing, it must be water soluble pastels. I tried it here with just some cheap oil pastels that I got. In fact, I must have put them back on the shelf now. Cheap ones that I got from Lidl. They're not water soluble, and they just wouldn't work because you need to spray them with water after you've put your colour down, just to sort of get everything to blend. I also tried this one here. Am I in shot? This one here with some of the Colour Pep smoothies. These are the similar to gelatos, and I found that they did work, but not as well as my Prima crayons. So just be aware if you do want to try that. But you could do it with watercolour pencils if you want to do this technique. So I've printed some more out, and I'm just going to show you with one of these what I did. So let's just grab some. So I'm just loosely putting colour down. I'm not being neat about it because I'm going to cut these out later. Somebody's busy texting me like mad. It's always the case whenever I sort of press record. My phone never goes all day until, of course, I'm doing this. I shall answer it in a minute. So I'm just putting a bit of colour down, as I say, not being particularly neat about it, but because they're butterflies, you need to be symmetrical really. And then let's have a bit of orange. There we go, and then I think I'll have a bit of pink at the bottom. Let's grab a pink. And then you just spray to get the colours to blend. And then if you've got sort of any waxy bits that are not really blending, you can just sort of dab it with your finger. And then I dried that with my heat gun. So that was how I did it. And then when the butterflies were dry, I grabbed some of my Posca paint pens in a few different colours here, pink, a blue, a white and a black. And I sort of pumped them up and down to get the ink flowing, and then I splattered. I just held a big fat paintbrush in place and just tapped it on, and sort of got splatters. Of course you could do it with paint if you wanted to. It's just that was a quick way of doing it, and that was one of the suggestions in the magazine. And so let me just hold these up for you. These are a bit wrinkly, but can you see? Those are my gorgeous butterflies. And then I just used a black permanent gel pen then just to fill in the black bodies. I just felt that was the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to cut my butterflies out, and then I'll crack on with the next part. Right, so here's my pretty butterflies. I've fussy cut them out. I didn't bother with the antenna, and also let me just, you can see the shape of this butterfly here as well. I didn't bother with the pointy bits either because I thought it'd be difficult to cut. But let me just hold them up for you, just so that you can see some of the pretty detail. I will ink around the edges a bit later, but I'm not going to do that straight away. So, right, what I want to do now is I want to use some modelling paste just to add a bit of texture. Let me just grab a palette knife. Oh, here we go. So I'm just using the Galleria modelling paste, if I can get the lid off, that is. And I'm just going to put just a little bit, focusing sort of on, just putting it randomly, like this. And then I shall leave that to dry and then come back. My modelling paste is dry now. I did add a bit down in this right hand corner as well, just to balance it out a little bit more. And then I'm going to use some of my Radiant Rain to cover the modelling paste and add some colour. I'm using Lemon Drop and Jasmine. So I'm going to go in with the Lemon Drop first. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that these will work. Oh yes. So add a bit of colour there. I've had problems with these in the past where I just can't get them to spray, but and then I'm going to add some of the jasmine as well. And then I think what I'll do is I'll give it a squirt of water just to sort of mingle the colours a bit more. In fact, I'm going to spray some water there as well, just to try and blend that. And isn't that pretty? That's just lovely, isn't it? And so I'm going to go off and give this a dry. This is how we're looking at the moment, and I think I want my quote to go somewhere over there. I've added antenna to my butterfly now as well, and I just used some craft wire and my heat gun just to add those to the back. I've also used some Inca Gold, which I applied with a baby wipe as well, just to colour the backs, because I want mine dimensional, so at least you'll be able to see a painted surface underneath. So I just think those look really, really cute. So I've just twisted the ends with my round nose jewellery pliers, which are now covered in hot glue, but there we go, that just peels right off. And I just want to add a bit of stamping now to the background of my page. And I've got my Dilutions jumbled letter stamp. And I think what I want to do, let's just have a look and see. I can always get this upside down. It's that way, right. And I'm just going to add some of the crayon to the back of my stamp. Like this. What colour have I got on there already? Pink, purple, and we'll add a bit of blue as well. And then I want to spray that. Let me just move my quote out of the way because I don't want to. I'm just going to spray this with some water just to activate it. And I'm just going to test it on an area, get rid of some of the wetness, and I'm going to stamp in a couple of places. There we go. I think that's pretty. We can add a bit more down here, and some maybe in the top over there. Right, I'm liking that. And then I've got another stamp here. This was in a stamp set, a Do Crafts Paris stamp set. And I'm just going to, I quite like the text on this as well. So I'm going to try and get some of this in here too. I'm not applying it to a stamp pad. I'm just going to have it very random. Yeah, you see, I like that. We'll just add this in a few places. And I think that's probably enough. That's I can always add some more if I want to. And then I've got my bubble stencil here as well, and I just want to add a few bubbles, and I'm just going to use the Prima crayon and rub this on. yeah, you see that's really cute as well. So we'll add some up here. Oh, you see, I like that. That's let's add some down here. And I think I'm going to leave that be, because now I just want to bring in my butterflies. Let me just check that I'm still recording. Yeah, bring in my butterflies and let's assemble these and see how we want them. I wanted one of the little ones over here, I think. And I just want to try and balance this out. I probably won't use all of them. And then maybe and I think that's probably enough, because then I've got room for my quote just to go somewhere like this. Play is our brain's favourite way of learning. Whoops-a-daisy. Don't think about it. Just have fun. So I'm going to go off camera now and have a fiddle around, glue this on, and then I'll come back. And so here's my finished page, week 43 play. I'm really pleased with this. It's very, very pretty. I added a few extra bits. I added some more of the bubbles and a bit more stamping just to sort of balance the page a little bit more. And then I've inked around the edges, and that's pretty much it. And glued it into my journal. As you can see, I've got 2 of the butterflies left over. I forgot to mention earlier as well that before I glued the antenna on, I did ink around the edges of the butterfly, and that made a massive difference. It's just made them pop. So I've got 2 spares, 2 left over, and I'm going off after this whilst I've got all the bits and pieces out to make some more, because I just think those make really pretty embellishments. I love those. Anyway, I think Deb is going to be back next week. She's all moved in, but she's surrounded by boxes. But I think she's planning on doing the video and resuming things from next week. So I hope you've enjoyed having me around for the past 3 or 4 weeks. If you like that, hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing what you guys create. Take care, everyone. See you all again soon. Bye for now.